Do you often feel stressed and like nothing feels worse than stress? It can really take you down. It can really overwhelm you. It can really take down your emotional state, take down your energy. It can practically cripple you depending on how bad the stress is. So do you feel stressed? Do you feel it quite often? How about anxiety? Do you feel anxious very often? Is there certain things that make you really anxious, or do you suffer time to time with anxiety? How would you like if you could get four simple strategies that are easily accessible to you that will they'll inform you how to reduce stress and anxiety at any time within minutes? Welcome to the latest episode of the Mind Body Health Podcast. I'm here, as always, to educate, motivate, and I do hope inspire you guys to take positive action in your life and to feel an impact, a positive impact on what I will share with you once you implement it. Because remember, again, knowledge is not power. It's the implementation of knowledge that's power. So it's a really important topic because we live in a world which is so full of stress, so full of negative energy, and it seems to be getting worse and worse all the time. And it's a fast-paced world. There's huge demands on people. There's huge expectations. The keeping up with the Joneses mentality is in force. And unfortunately, most people are sucked into the manipulated into thinking along those lines and aiming for that bar. Like societal conditioning has this bar that it keeps raising all the time that makes people feel inadequate and people feel like they're not getting where they should be in life. Takes their eye off the prize of what actually happiness means to them. But that's again another story. But it means that people are feeling very stressed. They're putting themselves under enormous pressure to create a certain life that supposedly shows success. But that's societal conditioning because success is a personal perception, just as happiness is. So there's so much stress around. There's a lot more demands on people, even in terms of work. And unfortunately, lots of companies will nearly try to get blood out of employees. So there's huge stress that way. Cost of living is going up a lot. There is different pressures. Everything's more expensive. As I said, people have more demands that they place on themselves, but also feel that's on them from the external, which again is another issue because again, you shouldn't be manipulated and controlled by what's external. You should be going by what's internal. But as I said, that's another podcast episode. So look, the bottom line is we live in a world where there's a lot of stress, and I'm sure you feel stressed at various times. Also, anxiety is something that's again on the rise all the time. I increasingly come across people and get contacted by people who are, suffering anxiety and looking for solutions and looking, begging nearly for ways to decrease it. So on this particular podcast, I'm going to share four strategies, tools, go-tos, whatever you want to call them, and they're all free. That will reduce your stress and your anxiety, and even within minutes. Okay, so buckle up, get ready, pay attention, write notes if you need to, and start implementing these things. And if you are someone who really does suffer a lot from stress and anxiety, I really hope that this episode is going to be a game changer for you. I know it will once you implement. So the first one, so there's four, as I said, that I'm going to share with you. So go to these whenever you feel stressed and whenever you feel anxiety coming on. And ideally as well, try to do this when you start to feel it coming on. As early as possible. It's like in any kind of condition. The earlier you can start tackling it and counteracting it, the better. Don't let it become something really big. Because the bigger it gets, the harder it is to counteract. And also remember, the more it's in your head, okay? In terms of, I mean that you're making it way worse even in your head, or the fear of it getting worse takes over. That's what I mean. I don't mean you're imagining it, okay? So number one, which is powerful for everything really, is exercise, okay? The exercise is literally medicine for your mind, and it is so powerful as a stress reliever, and it's so powerful for anxiety. One of the most powerful, if not the most powerful thing for anxiety. I've worked with lots of clients over the years who suffered anxiety, who when they got into regular exercise, the anxiety dissipated. It became a rarity and also allowed them then to, because that was dissipated, they could enjoy their lives more, they could achieve so much more in their life. Now, why does that happen? Why is exercise so powerful? Well, it's impossible to do exercise without feeling better. Like it literally is impossible. So it's a guarantee in life. You're guaranteed to die at some stage in life. You're also guaranteed to feel better after exercise. That could be 5 minutes. That could be an hour. That could be 15 minutes. It can be at home. It can be outside. It can be in the gym. It can be in a class. It can be with equipment. It can be without equipment. It doesn't matter. Like when it comes again, what are we doing? We're trying to tackle anxiety. and we're trying to tackle stress, it's about exercising. It's not about the specifics. It's not like you have to do a certain workout. It's about workout. It's like when you feel stress coming on, you need to press the stop button because there's something stressing you, whether it be something or someone or a combination of both. And you can't let it develop and develop and develop to get stronger and stronger because it will get stage it will become hard to counteract and it could turn into something much worse. Okay, get full blown panic attack or something like that. So the earlier you feel the stress or anxiety kicking in, press the stop button. And number one tool to go to is exercise. You'll always feel better because it means that hormones are released into your body like endorphins that make you feel good. That's why you have to feel better. Plus, it's something that's very positive. Okay. So it's very positive for your body. You always will feel good after doing a workout because it's a positive action step. But the reason why it's so good for counteracting stress is it relieves the tension. When you're stressed, you have tension in your body. You're holding tension. When you're exercising, releasing that tension. You're releasing hormones, good hormones, happy hormones into your body, like the endorphins. That's why there's always that kind of healthy glow after exercising. There's always that good feeling. So exercise is, as I said, medicine for the mind. And that's for both stress and anxiety. It works for both of them. Works for pretty much everything, really. Anytime you need to, again, let off steam or anything, exercise. But as I said, specifically for stress and anxiety, exercise. So whether it be at home, you might just go on YouTube and go home-based workout, no equipment, or body weight workout or something. Great. If you've got a little bit of equipment, use that. Cardiovascular is definitely going to be a bit more powerful than the weight training, depending on what kind of stress you have, just because it's more focused on the release of endorphins and all because of the heart rates and so on like that. Whereas the weight training is a bit more kind of exertive, depending on what kind of workout you do. But sometimes, let's say, if the stress is nearly like an angry kind of stress, throwing the weights around, in terms of taking out the weights could help you a lot. So I'm not saying don't do weights. I'm just saying cardiovascular is definitely a go-to do some form of it, but weight training also can be beneficial too. But exercise in general, it doesn't matter what you do. You could turn on a Zumba class or dance around the place. So that's really powerful. Okay, so exercise number one. Number two, I'm going to say to you is to meditate. Okay, it's like the opposite to exercising. Exercising, you're exerting, you're moving, you're getting heart rates up, all that kind of stuff. Meditate is literally to slow yourself down. Because again, you can go either way. So, with meditating, again, it's going to be about learning to control your breathing. Because when you get stressed, your heart rate's going to go up, your blood pressure is going to go up, your breathing is going to go up. That's why your body feels so kind of in chaos. Anxiety is the same. Because your breathing's going to go up. Again, your heart rate, your blood pressure, everything. So when you meditate, what you want to do is, again, sit down or lie down in a very comfortable way. Either have silence or have soothing music on. Close your eyes and then aim to think of nothing. Turn on a timer or something for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, anything like that. Sit in silence or listen to soothing music. And I want you to concentrate on your breath. And I want you to concentrate on your breath through your nose. So I want you to breathe into your nose really deeply and slowly, as long as it can be for a long breath in. And then I want you to do breath out again through your nose. So breathe into your nose, breathe out your nose, both really slowly and controlled, and focus on them. So have your mind fully focused on the breaths. Don't be, every time thoughts start coming at you, because when you first start, you're going to have a lot of thoughts, especially again, if you're stressed and anxious, because all those thoughts are to the fore. Okay. So you need to, again, just push them away. When you start having thoughts coming at you, throw them away, push them away. Keep focusing your breath. It'll be very tuned in. And it also helps you to focus in general when you do something like this. So focus on your breath and breathe into your nose, breathe out through your nose. And do that for again 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, whatever you want to do. But meditation will just calm you right down. It'll dissipate a lot of the stress. The way exercise, you're nearly exercising it out of your body. With meditation, you just calm yourself right down, so it literally disperses away from your body as a result of calming yourself down. Okay, and same with anxiety, because again, it's just us in our heads again hyping it up. It's getting bigger, 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 getting more stressed, getting more anxious. Heart rate's going up. Breathing's going up. Everything's going up. We need to just take it right down. So you got exercise and you got meditation. And like I said, with the meditation, what's really important is focus on the breathing. Just literally the only thing you focus on is breathe into your nose, good, long, slow breath, and then breathe out your nose, good, long, slow breath, and just keep doing that. And every time you feel thoughts coming at you or that you feel your focus shifting, shift back again to just your breath. Okay? Because you will have an inclination initially, but the longer you're doing it, the better you get at it. Okay? So that's really important. It's a powerful strategy as well. Um, then another one is that's two. Three, remember I said a lot of this is in your head, in terms of like your head is starting to make it worse and worse because look, our minds are the control towers. And if we lose control of the mind and the bad guy is starting to win in terms of the voice that we're listening to, it really starts to take over and starts to gain momentum and not in a good way. So, the stress will go up, the anxiety will go up, the more that you're listening to the bad guy in your head, the more you're letting the mind get out of control, out of your control. So what I would advise you to do as a third strategy or tool, whatever you want to refer to it as, is journaling. Literally get a pen and paper, okay? Pen and paper, or it could be voice note to yourself, whichever it is, talking to the phone yourself. But pen and paper is good because again, writing stuff out is good. Kind of there's a connection to the brain there, okay, with the writing because of the speed of the writing. And literally write out how you're feeling. Write about what is making you feel that way. Okay? Write about like what's making you stressed, what's making you anxious. What are the triggers? What are you not happy with? What way do you feel? Especially like that, share how you're feeling. Get it all out on paper. Write it all out, journal it all out. And again, it's like the exercise or meditation. You're guaranteed to feel better after. Because the worst thing you can do is keep things in. You need to get it out. So you're exercising it out of your body. You're meditating it out of your body. You're journaling it out of your body. These are all powerful strategies. And the fourth one then I'll share shortly, which is connected a bit to, well, similar to this one, I mean. But again, it's all about getting out of the body, calming the body down, calming the heart rate, calming the blood pressure, calming the breathing. Okay, they're all doing the same thing. They're just different tools, and you use whichever one you want, or you can interchange whatever way you want to do it. But journal, so literally grab a pen and paper, a journal, or whatever you use, and just start writing. Just share how you're feeling. Share what's going on. Let's say someone has done something shit, stress the head out of you. Write out exactly what happened. Write out how it made you feel. Write out why it is stressing you. Write out why it's making you feel anxious. Just get all that out on paper. And afterwards, you will feel so good because you're just releasing it. You're releasing it out of your body. Okay? And even you conclude towards the end, how are you going to rectify it? But as you're writing it out what's going on, you're going to be starting to feel better anyway. Okay? And you start to realize probably it wasn't as bad as it seemed. Because it was building, So it probably won't be as big sometimes. So it'll be just in case you just put it to bed, get on with things. Okay? That's number 3, journal. Number 4, communicate. Get it out of your body by verbalizing and talking to someone. Could be on a phone, could be on a Zoom call, or ideally face to face, because it's good again getting the energy. Especially now, make sure it's someone that you feel you can confide in, number 1, but 2, their energy helps you. Okay? Type of person you think of that, when you're going meeting them, you feel good before you even get in the room with them. And when you're in a room with them, you just feel good because they've got good energy. Okay? So someone you can confide in, someone that gives you good energy, someone makes you feel good about yourself, that type of thing. And what you do is literally like the thing I said about journaling, which is you with a piece of paper or a book or journal. This time it's with a person. You literally verbalize it all out. Explain what happened. Explain how you felt. Explain why you felt that way. Explain why the whole situation was unjust or infuriating, whatever it might be. Besides getting it all out of your head and getting it out of your body and getting it out in front of someone, that person then can give you an unbiased view from the outside looking in. So if it's a huge thing in your head, but it's actually not that big a deal, they can see that. So they can see what's going on. They can direct you what's right, what's wrong, how big or small it is. But just having someone to listen, you just like verbal diarrhea, as they say, just get it all out. And the fact that someone is listening to you, paying attention, caring for you in that moment, again, makes you feel good and gets you more peace, gets you nice and calm. But the most important is you're getting it out of your body. The worst thing you can ever do around stress and anxiety or any negative emotions and energies is to keep it within you. Because we store all negative energies and emotions in our spine. Okay, that's why there's a lot of people with back problems. But if you actually ask them, car crashes, falling down stairs, fall off horses, anything like that, no, none of those things. We have terrible backs. Again, a lot of times just stored emotions. That's all it is. Stored emotions, or the whole energy system isn't able to work and through your chakras and all that. because there's interruptions there. Something's too tight. There's blockages, whatever it may be. Okay. So it's so important that you verbalize. You don't keep things in, because even as well as that, remember, your brain is talking to your cells all the time. And if you've got negative energy and emotions going through your head, you're talking to your cells in a negative way. All that is very disease creating. They were creating a bad environment inside, creating like a poisonous, toxic environment inside our bodies when we've prolonged periods of stress, anxiety, or again, negative emotions. So it's very important to get verbalized, get it out of your body. That's why I said talk on the phone, talk on Zoom, preferably talk in person where it's possible. Because again, obviously it depends on the person, because you want to have somebody you can feel comfortable with, who you will verbalize everything, and somebody who can feel you can confide in, and someone also whose opinion you value, you will actually listen to when they can give you a good opinion. So like I said, a lot of it's about getting it out of your body. So if you can incorporate one of these 4 steps every time you start to feel stressed or anxious, I can guarantee you this is how you're going to reduce stress and anxiety. No, if you just do these simple things. So exercise is number 1. Number 2 was meditation. Number 3 was journaling. Number 4 was to communicate verbal diarrhea with somebody. That's how to reduce stress and anxiety. That's 4 simple strategies, 4 simple tools to reduce stress and anxiety. And it's so important to incorporate these things. Remember, like with exercise, medicine for the mind. That's exactly what it is, medicine for the mind. That would typically be my go-to, but sometimes I'd use some of the others. Like even I journal every night, because sometimes again, I might feel a bit frustrated with today, but by journaling at night and sharing with yourself by writing out everything that's happened today and your feelings and frustrations and so on, it's powerful. I do it at night because again, leaves me at peace then going to sleep. Because even things I might have found frustrating or bad, they're never as bad as they seemed at the time. Because we do make things bigger in our heads. But that's again just a bad guy starting to win. Okay? So remember, exercise, meditation, journaling, and communicating with somebody. Use those. I hope those 4 tools will help you, and you now understand how to reduce stress and anxiety. If any questions, make sure you pop them below the episode or get in touch. And also, it'd be great if you can answer the poll at the end of this episode as well. Remember, I do these for you. I share these podcasts for you. It's another method of me getting information out there to help you to live your best life, to feel the best you can, and to ultimately, most importantly, be happy. Being happy is all that actually matters in life. So I want you to get to that point. But what's so important is if you can make sure you follow or subscribe to my podcast, because then you'll be notified, but also at the end of the day, the algorithm will kick in, the more people you're following, and it'll put it out there to more people. Okay, because that's the key thing. The more you can help me by following, subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing it out there, the better. So if you feel anyone would benefit from it, please share it out there. It'd be really beneficial. Because remember, I can only reach so many people. And remember, my purpose in life is to positively impact millions of people in my lifetime. So help me do that. And you too will play a role in making this world a better place and to help people at a time when we need more and more positivity in the world. Okay. So that's it for this week's episode of the My Body Health Podcast. If you'd like a free coaching call, 30-minute coaching call, check the links below. Check out my upcoming free online workshops. If you'd like to get on any of our coaching programs or join our community, get in touch too. And tons of content always out across social media, including this podcast. So take care, enjoy your day, keep taking action, and I hope that did help.